What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Narcissists Code. I'm your favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammett, better known as Mental Healness, across all social media platforms. If this is your first time seeing my face or hearing my voice, I'm a diagnosed narcissist, and I use my platform on social media to raise awareness for NPD, get more people into therapy, and also validate the victims and survivors of said disorder. Today's episode is going to be about well-intended bad advice. How well-intended bad advice can keep you in a relationship with a narcissistic person, can keep you in a toxic relationship. And I got the term well-intended bad advice from the current book that I'm reading, Out of the Fog by Dana Morningstar. And FOG stands for the acronym Fear, Obligation, and Guilt. Those are the reasons why a lot of people stay in narcissistic toxic relationships, or they feel bad when they do get out of them. And she listed out one of the main reasons that people stay in toxic relationships is because of well-intended bad advice. In her book, she gives the example of a monkey in a tree, right? The monkey is in a tree and it sees a fish in the water. It sees a fish in the lake, in a pond. The monkey sees the fish, thinks the fish is drowning. So the monkey goes into the water, grabs the fish and puts it into the tree. The monkey saved the fish, didn't it? The monkey just saved the fish from drowning, didn't it? No, the monkey actually ended up killing the fish because the fish died because the fish lives in the water. But the monkey saw the circumstances differently. So that's why the way people apply that in toxic relationships is you'll tell somebody that you're in a toxic relationship, right? You'll tell your mom, your dad, some of your best friends, you'll tell them that you're in a toxic relationship, and you'll tell them how you want to get out of it, right? You'll tell them that you want to get out of this toxic relationship. Like, hey, look, my relationship is toxic. I hate it. I'm getting treated terribly. I've been married for 10 years and it's time for me to go. You tell your mother, who tells the pastor calls you, hey, look, I know you love your husband, or I know you love your wife. And the Bible says you need to stay and make it work, whatever they say. They use religion to keep you in there. Although the advice is good, they want to see marriages survive and families stay together, but they don't realize the extent of the abuse that you suffered is. You know what I mean? So the advice was well intended, but it was bad advice because it keeps you in a toxic situation because people don't understand your perspective. People are playing the role of the monkey trying to save you. You know what I mean? So well-intended bad people can have the greatest of intentions of trying to help you by giving you good advice on how they save their relationship. Hey, look, my wife cheated on me, and we've been in marriage counseling for the last 3 years. We go once a month for the last 3 years, and that helped us out because it helped us work on our communication. It helped me not to make her feel undervalued, so she didn't need to seek intimacy and attention from other men and women. So we were working together. So maybe y'all should try that out. So that person gave you some well-intended advice of how their relationship stayed together. So you try to apply that advice. If you applied that advice to your relationship, it wouldn't work because communication is the issue, but the other person is not trying to communicate with you. If you're dealing with a narcissist or toxic person, they are not trying to communicate with you. They're trying to beat you down mentally, physically, emotionally, sometimes physically. And they're trying to beat you down. They don't want to hear it. They invalidate you. They're not trying to communicate with you because narcissists and toxic people don't want partners. They don't want partners. They don't want partners. They don't want cooperation. They want absolute obedience. They want unquestioned loyalty from the people that they're with. They're not trying to communicate with you. They're trying to communicate with you, but only on their terms. The communication only works on their terms. Like if they want to communicate with you, they'll communicate how they want to communicate. They're not trying to hear your perspective. They invalidate your feelings. They invalidate your life. They invalidate your existence or your role in this relationship. So they're not trying to communicate with you. You know what I mean? That's the point of it right there. So many people get caught up in these circumstances, in these situations like that you have no choice but to get caught up sometimes. You know what I mean? But people are giving you, sometimes turning to other people who don't understand what you're going through can keep you in these toxic relationships. You turn to other people and they give you advice. It's well-intended advice, but it's bad advice. That's why when you're trying to get out of a toxic relationship with a narcissistic person, the best people to talk to and communicate with are also people who have shared similar experiences. Finding a community of people who've been through something similar to what you've been through. You know what I mean? Finding a community of people who have survived narcissistic abuse, who have survived a toxic relationship, who understand how gaslighting and manipulation works. Find a community of people who understand how the manipulation works. Finding a community of people who understand how emotional abuse works. You know, finding people that can validate you that way right there, as opposed to trying to, dealing with other people, dealing with people in a situation who don't know, whose relationships are suffering based on communication issues, but the other person is actually willing to communicate. You mean? So it's like, it literally is. You know what I mean? It's like going to a chiropractor. It's like going to a chiropractor when you got COVID, or you got an STD or something like that. You go to a chiropractor. You're going to the wrong person to help you. Oh, that person is a doctor. They're the wrong type of doctor. You don't need a chiropractor to help fix your to fix an STD or STI. You know what I mean? You don't need a gynecologist to help with your foot. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you, make sure you're getting advice from the people who can give you the best type of advice. People who have shared similar experiences. It's like on the narcissistic side of things, narcissists, who are they getting advice from on how to alter their behaviors? No one. They're narcissistic people need to talk to, I feel like, people who specialize in narcissism. You mean, if you're a narcissist, you have a lot of narcissistic traits, or you've been diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, you need to speak to somebody who's experienced with that. You know what I mean? Again, going to a chiropractor to try to treat narcissism is the wrong thing. You need to go to somebody who tries to treat narcissism. Well-intended bad, I'm just telling y'all, well-intended bad advice is real. It's absolutely real. And it happens a lot. Y'all need to read that book, Auto Default. I'm starting to read it now, and I'm that far into it, and I've made these breakthroughs that far into it. I'm trying to get in the mind of people why people stay. I did that whole other series. I'm gonna put this in the same playlist. It's called Why Did You Stay series. You know what I mean? Why did you go back? Why did you got it? So you finally escaped, right? You finally got out of your toxic relationship, right? Now you end up going back. Why did you go back? So it's not only why did you stay, it's why did you go back? You got out of it, and you talked to the wrong person. The wrong person gave you some well-intended bad advice, and you went back. Hey, maybe have you tried this right here? Maybe you should try this. Not knowing, if they don't know what a narcissist is, it will be hard pressed for them to help you. Especially if they know this person and this person has a good reputation with them, or they know of this person and that person's reputation is pristine. They're going to give you, wow, you going to break up with that? Wow. I'll take him. If you going to leave him, I'll take him. I'm pretty sure somebody else is going to scoot. Hey, you got a good man, you got a good woman. You might want to stay with them, because if you don't take them, somebody else will. And now they created a fear component into you, so you go back because you don't want to see them with anybody else. Well intended. It's well intended, y'all. It's just like, you appreciate what you have. You need to appreciate what you have. Appreciate what you had, or somebody else is going to appreciate it more. They're giving you advice, but it's not good advice. Make sure you're taking advice from the right people. Even when you're trying to heal from narcissistic abuse, again, talking to a therapist that specializes, talking to a pediatrician is not going to help you get over a narcissist. Make sure you're talking to the right person. You know what I mean? Narcissist or not, make sure you're talking to the right person to assist you on your journey. You know what I mean? I talk to people all the time. I spoke to every day or every other day. I'm talking to somebody who thinks they are a narcissist, and I'm guiding them to the right type of therapist. Like, you need to get somebody who specializes in this and not that. You know what I mean? You can't go to a marriage counselor if you're not going to work on yourself. I'm just telling you. Make sure you're getting advice from the right people, y'all. Getting advice from the wrong type of person it can mess you up. It can do more harm than good. Getting advice from the wrong type of person can do way more harm than good. So stay in power, y'all, on your journey of healing and growth. Because if you don't, you're going to end up in a terrible situation where you're pretty much fighting for your life and your mental health. So stay empowered on your journey. You have to stay healed. And y'all also, my daughter crying. I got to get her. If you're in Virginia Beach, Virginia area, Norfolk, Virginia, we're doing a live meetup today at COVA, COVA. Come out to COVA, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Check us out. Me and Ben Taylor and the family. She'll be there. Y'all hear her right there in the background, right there. She's chilling. She was watching Moana, but now she's up and active. So I had to hop off of here, y'all, because she's gonna make a fuss. Stay tuned. Stay empowered. Like and subscribe for more. Mental Illness is out. Peace.